afternoon, everyone, and welcome to SBS TV, the Small Business Systems. I'm your host, Jay Mattier, and this week we've got a lot of information for you. It's jam-packed with information, news, education, and conversation. We want to let you know that we're going to be on every week, every Saturday at 2 p.m. for the next 12 weeks. Just to get started, I want to tell you a little bit about Small Business Systems and our new program, the Small Business Survival Economic Crisis System. We know that during this crisis, the COVID-19, that it has been devastating to small businesses. And one of the things that we know that small businesses that had systems in place might stand a better chance at surviving, but those that don't are going to flounder around. So what we wanted to do in the midst of this crisis is offer small businesses a opportunity to put those systems in place and to be able to provide information to their customers and to be able to have a seamless transition. Our mission is to help small business survive through the economic and social crisis and navigate through the information technology ages. So we want to make sure that we have a seamless backroom application for small businesses that really need those particular things in order to survive during this crisis and into the future. Can you have my next slide? Okay. This is the continuum of our systems. If we look at the system branding, advertising, operations, technology, health systems, business development, and system sustainability. Now we know that these are all the systems that we need in place, but a lot of times small businesses don't have this platform to work on. They might have one or two, they might be doing things on separate computers, but we bring everything together in one place on one platform so there's a seamless transition to their business. Here are the business units that we have: business development, branding, advertising, technology. Now you can purchase or get part of a complete system or a la carte. If in fact you just need the technology piece, we can do that. If you need the branding piece, or like I said, you could have a complete business. So we tailor the business to you and your needs. Looking at the workflow, here we have workforce diversity, the technology infrastructure, online portals, your sales funnel, your intra-financial solutions, digital marketing. So everything that you need to do business successfully in this world today. Now we know that with everything moving to telecommuting and working from home, and this is the new normal for us, that businesses are going to have to prepare themselves to be able to have all these systems in place. And that's why we are here and created this system to help you along. So for more information, you can contact us at Small Business Systems, 704-312-0349. Email sales@sbssystems.us, and our website is www.smallbusinesssystems.us. Again, the phone number is 704-312-0349, and one of our reps will be glad to help you. Okay, moving along in our program, what I wanted to do is highlight some of our team members. And first, we're going to have Kawana McGill with IT Security. Ah, there you are. Okay, while Kwan is getting set up and getting ready, just wanted to say a few housekeeping things. We want to make sure that you're in a quiet environment. If you have an opportunity to get a drink or relax, we will have a chat box open, and we'll have the time at the end for questions and answers. So again, we're going to be providing this service for you every Saturday at 2 p.m. And like I said, it's going to be jam-packed with news, information, education, and conversation. And each week we'll be providing you different guests coming on to share their knowledge and wisdom and be able to answer questions that you have for this particular crisis and beyond. So again, you want to tune in to SBS TV each week at 2 p.m. on Saturdays, and we're going to offer you everything that you need to know. We're going to really try to, you know, take the burden off the business. I mean, a lot of times people go into business and they feel all alone. There's no relationships, there's no partnerships, they don't know what they need to do when it comes to other business systems, and they're just out there floundering around. And sometimes that gets to a point where you're frustrated, where your anxiety level is high, that you just don't know what to do. But help is out there, and we are available here to help you. And we want to make sure that we have a team that provides all the services that you need, plus the speakers that we'll have each week that will provide just content that you need. Remember, you're not alone.
Okay, so how are you guys doing today? So I'm going to be talking about how to thrive with online e-commerce and local businesses online. How can you really transition your sales? How can you really identify how can you take your stuff online? I mean, during this time and age of, I mean, of significant change during the coronavirus and the pandemic, it's more important than ever to be able to figure out how to like adapt your services, your business online. So that's what I'm going to be discussing, and that's what I'm going to be doing. That's going to be my part with the with Carlos's team and the small business solutions. So who am I going to be helping? Kind of like I already said, my presentations are for someone who has an online store, someone that has a physical retail store, or really for any local businesses figuring out how to utilize online channels to drive revenue. A lot of people get confused because they don't really understand what e-commerce means. That they think it's only selling a product, a physical product or something like that. But the actual definition of e-commerce is commercial transactions conducted electronically on the internet. And what that means is, if you're a service business, if you sell coaching, if you sell consulting, then you're already engaging in e-commerce. You may not even know it, So I mean, like e-commerce is any business done online. I mean, like even small business solutions, this is, everything we're doing is e-commerce based right now. We're over the internet. We're conducting business. So one big thing is I'm just gonna start right at the top. If you didn't know. I'm pretty sure everyone here knows Amazon, right? If you don't, then you may be hiding under a rock. But Amazon is, they're doing better than ever. They literally own 49%. I mean, there's a reason why Jeff Bezos is the wealthiest person in the world because, they own 49% of the e-commerce industry. Right now, their stock is soaring. They're doing better than ever before, and like, and it's funny because everyone else, like, I mean, it's funny and it's kind of sad, I guess, at the same time. But like they're so ahead of the curve that people don't even like during this time of complete economic chaos, they're surging. They surged over 20% like in stock value. They're hiring more workers than ever. So it just shows you the principles of e-commerce and everything that e-commerce stands for is better than ever, even during this time of uncertainty. Just because people are home doesn't mean that people aren't doing business anymore. All it means is that they have to transition the way they're doing business. So you have to figure out how to capitalize on that. And that's what I'm going to be telling you about. That's what I'm going to be talking about, now and in the future with this team. So what's possible? Like I started this store, a store that I started in February 2020. Like it was mid-February at that. Last month was our most profitable month yet. So during this time of the pandemic and all this craziness going on, me and my partner, we were able to, get the store going, and February, March was great. We did great, but this month the funny thing is because of the pandemic, everyone stopped advertising to some degree. So our costs went down. So right now is actually one of the best times to advertise, just due to the fact that costs have, like, Facebook advertising, different costs have gone down because other businesses are, whenever people get, whenever the market gets fearful is when you really need to start saying, okay, maybe I need to look into identifying, is this an opportunity? Fear equals cheaper prices. And if you have a viable service or offer, then you may want to test that out, because it gives, right now we literally made like instead of, like, we normally make like $2 to $3 back when we do it. Now we're making like four to five sometimes, just with the same ads, so it just shows you that it's been our most profitable month yet. We've been able to scale it higher than ever. We were able to do over 6 figures last month in revenue. And it was great. So, I mean, it just shows you the opportunity in commerce, like even on a personal level. So not just talking about Amazon, even though the big boy in the room, even like what I'm doing right now, we're able to really crank it up. So, and we're able to reach more people than ever. I don't know if you can see it on the bottom of that screen, but we were able to reach 1.7 million people for around $22,000, about 23, which, I mean, sounds like a lot of money, but for that reach, you got to understand that's a pretty good deal, And we were able to get about 3 million impressions. So imagine your brand or anything you're doing being seen by 3 million people, like impression wise, like over. That's significant, and it just shows you the opportunity here. So what if you don't have an e-commerce store? Because, like, I mean, as I said earlier, some people still may not get it. They may be like, "What are you talking about? I don't have an e-commerce store." Like, they don't really get it yet. Like, or they don't know how to transition online. They don't understand how to even begin. I mean, and my thing is, are you, like, I mean, like, as I said, e-commerce is deeper than just selling physical products. E-commerce can be like, you really need to ask yourself one question: is it possible for you to transition some part of or all of your business online? I mean, so, I mean, like, one thing about here's just a few examples. Restaurants right now, they're transitioning from offline, like, just, people going into their restaurant, their retail location, to online utilizing delivery services. So yeah, you may not be able to get everything you're getting back, back in, before retail, but your business, like, just because business stops doesn't mean your bills stop, So, I mean, like, if you still have bills and you still have certain things you're trying to survive, you have to identify unique ways to produce produce additional revenue during this time in this pandemic, so you can keep your business afloat. Like, even a service that's very personal can adapt to some degree. Like, for example, a barber teaching, like, I mean, I have this funny picture here, like, people messing their hair, like, getting cut and just looking horrible, right? So it just shows you, like a barber can teach people how to cut their own hair on social media, on their social media profile, while recommending products as an affiliate. That'd be a way to pivot to some degree, because you may not be able to cut someone's hair because of the personal nature of it, but you may be able to say, hey, I know how to cut my hair. Maybe I can give people pointers and tips and different things, and which will allow me to then, identify a way to drive, like, additional revenue that I would not have had if I had done nothing, if I was just sitting around. So, I mean, you may not even be able to fully transition, but you can transition to some degree. And that's just a significant way to do that. You can always find a way. You just need to ask yourself a question and really think outside of the box. Like, is it possible for you to transition some part or all of your business online, or maybe a part of your skill set or part of anything? It doesn't even have to be, you could just be a seller. You could be someone who's good at sales and say, okay, well, maybe right now I can't do what I'm normally doing. Maybe you're like a car salesman. So you're like, oh, but maybe what could I sell? Like, there are a ton of different, like, programs out there that have offers that you could sell. You're a salesman, so you already have the skill set. You just got to figure out how to do business online. Here's some things that I'm going to be talking about. I may not be talking about it on this specific call, but I'm going to be working with Carlos's team, and I'm going to be giving a lot more videos and different things of these specific things. So, like, how do you drive traffic? Like, what the emails? How do you get phone numbers? Like, how do you utilize assets that you may already have to drive revenue or traffic out of that? Because that's, any email, any phone number, there's a reason why people pay billions of dollars, why why tech companies are worth billions of dollars. I mean, I'm pretty sure Kawana, she does in, like, cyber stuff right there. I mean, she probably knows, like, I mean, data is power, data is everything. Data is more is considered at this stage in the digital age, is considered more valuable than gold to some degree, because data allows you to make the right choice. So, whether you have emails, you have phone numbers, you have a social media audience, you have or, even if you can identify a way to tap into, like, paid advertising, which is tapping into other audiences and then driving, like, which is what we did with our store. And we were able to generate a significant return, and we were able to also get a lot of data. Right now, these are a bit old, but we now have, like, I think 18 likes. So we don't even have a lot of likes on our page, but we're still driving so much revenue because we kind of understand the basic business principles. But we have like over 5,000 emails now. So all these emails are worth money. We can always these are people that we kind of acquire now. On top of the fact that we're profitable, we get all these emails for free, which just we can reach out to these people anytime we want for any sales we want or any products, and we do all the time. We make a significant return on that. So it just shows you I'm going to be talking about all these things, and this is kind of like just an introductory call, but and just telling you guys what I do and how I'm going to be helping the team. But hopefully this is kind of shines a light on the opportunity that even if you may not necessarily, if you didn't even understand what e-commerce meant, this is e-commerce. E-commerce is doing any business online, and small business solutions is going to help do that. And that's what they're here for. And I hope this is kind of give you a little teaser and it's kind of like pique your interest to give you an understanding of what is possible out here. So thank you for your time. Hopefully this was helpful. I'm gonna end my call right now.
Okay, Frank, thanks a lot. That was really valuable information, and we'll be having shows coming up. You'll be dedicated a show yourself, so give people a lot of that information and give them time to digest it. Okay, next I'm going to have Kawana come up, and she's going to talk about IT security.
Hello, how are you today?
Great. How are you doing today, Kawana?
I'm doing wonderful.
It's good to have you here today.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, well, today we're going to talk about digital security for your business with small business survival economic crisis systems. All right, criminals see the coronavirus pandemic as an opportunity to target people from home. Principal researcher Kurt Baumgartner for Capersky, a digital security firm, says there are individuals opening up their home and small business networks to new levels of criminal focus, which is something new to pay close attention to. Many large companies have a strong security in place for remote work where smaller companies have not implemented before now. So you ask yourself, why security and privacy matter in a digital world? Innovation in information technology and IoT will continue to make a more productive solving difficult and challenging problems, allowing us to communicate with virtually anyone in the world instantaneously to provide all kinds of imaginable benefits. So the best thing you want to do is protect your digital environment. So right in the middle of complexity, information is being routinely processed, stored, and transmitted through global networks of connected systems. So we have to learn the affordable way to protect your privacy from hackers, spies, and the government with small business systems. So what we want to do is connecting things with apps and services, imposing new challenges such as product security, liability issues, and how to appropriately handle customer data. There's questions that you want to ask yourself on a daily. What do you want to protect? Who do you want to protect it from? How likely you need to protect it? And what are the consequences of doing nothing? So now you have already more than you think. Basically, more expensive does not mean more secure. Don't assume that the most expensive is the best. If it takes away resources needed elsewhere, simpler and safer and easier. So you want to keep it simple. The safest solution may be the least technical solution. It is crucially important to continually reevaluate your security practices. Small business systems, let us help you win. Take back control of your business by allowing the systems to work for you. Many times we find ourselves doing a lot of things and not understanding the detriment that could be in place when we don't have the right things in place for our systems. So good security decisions begin with having proper knowledge about your own situation. Remember to ask yourself, the following questions. Again, who do I want to protect? Who do I want to protect it from? How likely is it that I'll need to protect it? How bad are the consequences if I fail? And how much trouble am I willing to go through to try to prevent potential situations? Once you answer these questions, you can better assess your digital security needs. Well, thank you for your time. And I hope that this helps you get a clear, concise understanding of how important your digital needs matter and securing it and protecting it.
Excellent, Kawana. Thank you. I mean, this girl knows her stuff. And this is the wave of the future. I mean, identity theft was a big thing. Now, cyber attacks, cybersecurity. People get hold of your data. They can ruin your life and start another life somewhere else. And we're going to have a dedicated show up to that point with digital and cybersecurity. That's going to be coming soon. And we really want to thank Kawana for all that she does to try to help and protect our businesses. Okay, next up, we're going to have Lakeisha Fowler talking about integrated financial solutions. Hi, Keisha, you here?
Yes, I'm here. Can
How
everybody hear me?
you
Yes.
doing on this fine
Okay,
day?
yeah. I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic, fantastic.
It's definitely a pleasure being on the call. So, um, moving forward with my topic, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Lakeisha Fowler, and my topic for today's webinar is integrated financial solutions. And just bear with me while I share my screen. Alrighty. So, integrated financial solutions. Before I begin, here's a brief background of myself. I'm an alumni of St. Augustine's University, and I've also pursued my MBA in Information Systems Management. I have a background of information systems and data management. I absolutely love maintaining data and utilizing my analytical skills to assist with helping businesses reach their goals. So moving along, what is integrated financial solutions? Integrated financial solutions automate the manual accounting process so that payment processing and accounting can work together. It allows businesses to accept credit cards directly within their existing ERP or accounting software, CRM system, or online shopping cart. The integration automatically posts payments to invoices, so there's no need to go back into your program at the end of the day to reconcile your invoices or balance your general ledgers. Some facts of integrated financial solutions is that businesses don't see the importance of integrated financial management unless it's too late. The benefits of utilizing the software are that integrated financial solutions are more informed decisions, it increases cash flow, it saves time, helps with data integration, reduces human error, collects information, reporting, financial statements, audit trails, it helps clean and organize your data, and also, more importantly, giving your business that competitive advantage. For details of the benefits, stay tuned for future webinars. As far as softwares and specifics, I highly recommend Wave Apps. Wave Apps is an integrated accounting software that is automated and can also integrate with systems as well. Some other software systems include Xerox, Authorize.net, QuickBooks, FreshBooks, and KissFlow. Some more information about integrated financial management systems is that you can easily consolidate data from all your teams and extract relevant information. As a result, predictions and processes can be improved tremendously. So some services that I can assist with is helping to find the right accounting software that fits your business needs, in addition to providing training and/or consultations regarding and developing a financial strategy and process. So, how to contact me? You can reach me at lakeisha@sbsystems.us or 705-7. Now, in closing, according to Chris Albin, the VP of iGrad, financial education is not about persuading people to come to your website and read it just one time. It's about giving them what they need to know to create new behavior patterns that will impact their entire lives. I like to close with a quote regarding the concept of holistic financial wellness. Financial stress affects health and reduces productivity. A healthier individual is a happier one. Thanks, guys, and I hope you enjoyed my topic of integrated payment solutions.
Thank you, Keisha. That was really great. And now you can see the caliber of the talent that we're going to have coming to you week after week. Each of these team members are going to have their own shows individually to really expand on the knowledge that they have for you. So make sure that you stay tuned each and every Saturday. Right now, real quick, I'm going to talk about the collaboration between UNC and small business systems. There's an internship program that we have coming up, and it's going to be taking place in the summer, the fall, or either spring semesters. The internship will be about 15 weeks as a minimum of 5 weeks and a maximum of 15 weeks. The interns can be worked for about 20 hours per week. The internship should encompass the opportunity for students to work on projects that are related to their courses and their majors. They should learn more about organization and industry, as well as gain access to senior leadership to expand their network. The internship can be unpaid if classified as such, and to follow federal guidelines. The experience is needed to be heavy in project-based learning and continue little to no free labor. At the start of each semester, students can apply to have their internship considered for academic credit. So for more information, you can get in contact with us here at Small Business Systems, and look forward to assisting you with that program and to help you out with an intern. Okay, let's see. Next, we're going to go into our actual key speakers today, our keynote lineup today. And first, we're going to have Venus Allen, MSW. She's a licensed social worker, a licensed counselor, and a compliance consultant. She's one of the top contractors in government. So without further ado, if Venus is with us, take it away.
All right. Hi. Happy Saturday, everyone. I am Venus Allen, and thank you so much. I've learned a lot from you all in just 1 week, from each of you from our last session. I have 25 years of behavioral health experience. I founded a nonprofit called Community Provider Coalition back in 2012 that offers free resources and services, and it gives free consultation and coaching to individuals. Michelle Vaughn is now president, and Philip Woods now runs the front office. But I have a consulting firm, CP Coalition LLC. If you would like to learn more about me, you can Google Psychology Today, CP Coalition LLC, and you'll find more details about my experience. So last week, we discussed government contracting, and we focus on the state. We discussed the HUB process through the Department of Administration. The HUB process is historically underutilized businesses. We also discussed how to be a DBE and a DMWBE, which is Disadvantaged Minority Women Business Entity, through the North Carolina Department of State. We discussed what it meant, the processes, and we also discussed the benefits. So today, we're going to focus on 3 federal, very large, very popular government entities. It was kind of hard for me to say who I wanted to start with. So what I did was just kind of be more practical because each of these entities have awarded me funds personally and to a few organizations that I wrote grants for. I did want to point out two things. You can get a contract via a grant, or you can get a contract through being on someone's budget, where it's a grant funds may run out over years, depending on how large it is or how small. But you can be on someone's payroll for a service that they're going to budget for every year. Regardless whether it's grant or you're on it on a budget, at the end you're going to sign a contract, so it's still called government contracting. Today we're going to talk about HRSA, HUD, and SAMHSA. So HRSA won for me to be able to present first because they personally funded me a grant in 2016 to attend UNCC at 100% scholarship. They gave me $2,000 every semester for 4 semesters. They gave me $1,200 in books, and they gave me $1,000 to cover insurance. And if I had insurance, I do a waiver, and they gave it to me. So that's how I got my second master's degree, which is in social work. My first master's degree is in counseling psychology from 2001. But I am deemed a behavioral health scholar through HRSA. This is the website, hrsa.gov/grants. All 3 of these entities are so large that I will break down how to do RFPs in later series, but this process, along with SAMHSA and HUD, you have to register, get a login. For some, you may have to get a DUNS number, and I'll go into that in later series, but this is their website, hrsa.gov.grants, and they will fund nonprofits, for-profits, nurses, certain professions individually, and they will fund agencies, department, other government entities, universities. So it's from personal to a business. They actually have a lot of fellowships for certain professions, but a big resource for funds that sign up, subscribe. They offer a lot of free training. They even show you how to apply for their grants. A lot of people fear applying for multi-million-dollar grants. But once you learn the process, all the RFPs, requests for proposals, which I'll get into how to write a good RFP and show a book later today for you to get, just in case you want to order it to be prepared for a series down the line on grant writing, on actually submitting one. We'll practice and I'll teach you some tips. But really, once you get used to it, the structure is kind of all the same on how they want you to submit the bid. They tell you what to put here and what to put here. So HRSA made number 1 because they're most recent awardee to me. Next up, HUD. Back 15 years ago, I was a shelter director for Volunteers of America, Greater New York, and for Help USA. My first shelter I worked at was 1,001 homeless men. And then I got promoted into the city and had 2 family sites in the Bronx, 690 beds each. As program director, we had to, depending on what level you were or what your salary was, we had to bring in funding. They didn't care where you got it from. It could have been the one rich donor who wrote the check for $50,000. Well, I had to bring in $50,000. I could have got it from a donor, or I could have submitted a grant. As long as I did that annually, that was one of the targets on my goal. So HUD, because I was trained on writing HUD grants, I went to a training when I was in undergrad in Alabama, and the Black Federation took me under their wings, and a rural Black Federation, and I wrote HUD grants there and Build Utah Elderly, which is in Utah, Alabama. And then across the street from another low-income housing development, I wrote a grant with the team, and we got awarded to build an apartment complex called Walnut Creek, and it sits in Greensboro, Alabama. And so when I moved to New York, HUD was familiar to me, their processes, because I've attended a HUD training. And so HUD can help an individual purchase a loan, get a grant to fund a house, or they will give a church, a nonprofit, a community, a group of individuals that want to bond together and see that there's a need somewhere. It could be a grant that they already have a proposal for, or you can do what's called a RFI, a request for information. You can say, hey, you don't have a grant out there for this. We see that there's a need on the Beatties Ford corridor. Here's the statistics on the violence on Beatties Ford. They're upbuilding Charlotte downtown, but that corridor area, which is historically underserved, Johnson C. Smith and historic West End, we need to develop that area like the NODI area was. So some people can get together and put what's called an RFI, request for information, and present that to them, and then they will review it and say, okay, we would fund this. So HUD, just like HRSA, they will help you personally, nonprofit, for-profit, buy a home, or give you large grant funds. So here is the process. Here's their page. You just do HUD.gov/grants. You will have to apply for a DUNS number, and then you will have to apply for a SAMS number for all three of them. And that's the same explanation I gave you last week. They have to be able to categorize you and be able to award you and know where to send the money and recognize you as a vendor. So that's for HUD. Last but not least, because I am in behavioral health, SAMHSA. So SAMHSA stands for Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration. They also provide grants to individual professionals, doctors, organizations, other governmental entities, universities, and they provide fellowships to individuals trying to go to school that might need a residency and need the money. SAMHSA puts out so much money that, and a lot of individuals are not aware. People think substance use and mental health services. I'm not in that field, so I can't apply, but you have other programs that might support to prevent someone from using a substance or mental health. Or you may have an administrative component that can support someone with mental health. They have free trainings, tons of free publications called tips. You can look up anything that you need, something like mental health for men. I just want to show you guys this though, because it's a wealth of knowledge here and it's all free. So after incarceration, so you can order some of these. If they're at the beginning of the year, they'll like print so many thousands, and you can actually, it's free. You could say you want them to mail you whatever book or manual or guide, and then once it's out, it's still available, but hard copy only. So after incarceration, a guide to helping women re-enter the community, taking care of your behavioral health needs. So these are manuals and books and guides. The opioid crisis and the Black African-American population in urgent issue, tips for teens. So a lot of free stuff, but they have billions of dollars. And so I just want to encourage you to continue with us on this collaborative series. And then further down the line, we can kind of take a deep dive in submitting, how to submit for grants. But SAMHSA is the top 3 federal contracting entity that I wanted to go over. And so I just do want to show you, let me find out how to. Next week, we will be discussing contracting with, I'm not sure. Let's see. What did I do? I want to show you this book. Contracting, Getting Funded, the complete guide to writing grant proposals. And so it is by Susan Howlett and Renee Burke, but it's called Getting Funded. If you want to get this book, maybe 3 series down the line, we'll go into it. But next week, we'll talk about contracting with the counties. And I'll post the 3 websites for HRSA and HUD and SAMHSA in the chat. Thank you. In the chat, samhsa.grants.gov. This is HRSA, and this is their grant page, HRSA.gov. And this, I thought I was presenting, so I apologize. And then the last but not least is HUD, and this one looks like this, and it's HUD.gov and grants. I just wanted to make sure for visuals, you guys, I was taking you all through how to do a DUNS number and everything. So next time I'll remember to hit share, but just so you guys can see it, those are the 3 sites I went over today. Thank you.
Again, thank you. And there's a lot of opportunity there and a lot of money. I've actually used 2 out of the 3 that were shown here today. A couple of things, and some of those funding institutions have actually relaxed some of their restrictions. So you can even get involved even if you're a startup business, which is good. And one of the big things that we have is fear. Yeah, Venus mentioned it. And to tell you myself, I actually was involved in grant writing, and I had never wrote a grant before in my life, and I was petrified. But after you learn it and after you do it repetitively, I've ended up getting funded for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and actually was the chairman for an organization that got funded for about $3-4 million from SAMHSA. So I'm familiar with those particular entities. So there's a wealth of information and there's a lot of money out there, but we just have to know where it is, how to find it, and have somebody guide us the course. Okay, so next, I'm going to have our next speaker is going to be Paranda Davis. And she is an SBE and an MBE certified preparer. She has the credit, she has the Credit Repair Company. She's also an author, a certified life coach and financial counselor. And she has the topic of credit repair and finances. Paranda, are you on?
Hello, can everyone hear me? Yes. Yeah, you can? Okay, great. Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. We have created this awesome business solutions where we have like tremendous resources, valuable information that can also help you grow. I am going to cover mostly do talk about a little business development and also financials real quick. It won't take that long because I'm just a little behind time as like always. Okay, so I jot down some things that I did want to cover for today, and I hope everyone take notes real quick, the ones that's tuning in. Additionally, many have heard that the key to financial success is to make money work for you, yet most people continue to work for money, okay? So today, everyone say that they want to be a boss, but they don't want to put the work in, okay? You know, I can honestly say that I have really, within my company, I opened it up in 2013, that I have really, really grind and build a 7-figure company that I have really just laid down my dirt. It just, I think of it as like, you know, building a home, okay? It was not easy, okay? I mean, I'm telling you, whenever I graduated from University of Phoenix about 12 years ago, one thing that they talked about is the things, business, the main ingredients, which is the administrative staff, that you really, really have to make sure that they are covered first, okay? Financials was one of them, okay? If your financials isn't right, even in your home, if it's not right within your business business will eventually fail, okay? That's one. Marketing and branding is where you're gonna spend most of your money whenever starting business or, you know, as far as, you know, letting it grow. That's it. So sometimes you can see your money quickly, sometimes you don't. Sometimes it can take 2 to 3 years or even a decade to really start, you know, seeing your money, letting your money work for you. So after from 2013 to maybe 2014, 15, maybe, I think it was Carlos, right? I have got really overwhelmed. I think my business had outgrown myself. I had a small office paying $275 a month. Making great money, but my business had outgrown me. And I wanted a system that I can actually make money while I sleep, okay? So I met Carlos at an event, and Carlos was like, I can say you could tell that he was very, very passionate about what he did. He loved what he do. And I was looking for a extraordinary, like a website that can really just a store, like a mall. So Carlo, he addressed to me, Coranda, I can help you. He gave me the numbers. I almost fell out, but that's okay because you have to invest, in order to get your return. So I did invest it, a couple $100 into building my website. I probably think my website right now is probably worth, can I throw the dollars out there, Carlos? I can say probably like 20 grand, maybe more. I get about maybe 20 views a month, 20,000 views a month, maybe. Sometimes it goes up higher. Marketing and branding, I spent a lot of money on marketing and branding within the business as well. Now I can sleep 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, my phone's just going off, people making payments, and people signing up. People sign up for business mentoring and coaching. So, and it's nationwide, and we can go deeper into that as the time go by, as people, log in. So that's how I wanted to create my business, because I knew that we was going into a new area. Having files stacked up around was just not getting it for me. Telling clients to hold on for a second, people working for different states, and, hiring a team that, that could work for me as well. Where we can work remotely if we have to, and get ready for something like this pandemic, what happened now. So I can actually run my company from home, and see things go through my phone as people working and what's going on, pick up a phone call, and everything is just remotely. And this is exactly what we, got prepared for was today. And it took us Carlos and I, 2 to 3 years to actually put this whole system together. So I am so thankful that Carlos and I teamed up and partnered up, and took us 2 to 3 years to get my system and everything together. It works professionally. It works. It's just I just sit down and I can just work. It's easy for all of us, and that's what we want. That's what we want. That's what businesses and everybody want. They want things that's easy for them. We don't want to work hard. We want to work smart. So I just want to put those things out there. But it was a big investment, and it was worth it. But I do want to say financials is one of the key things in a business. If you don't have your financials right and your budgeting right, your business will eventually fail. Marketing and branding, if it's not set up right, your business will eventually fail. Because the reason why I say that is because how will people know who you are? I think of logos, for an example, and I think of the website logos. I think of McDonald's when it comes to logos. Even the kids can see their logo. So I think of something like, if you somewhere and everybody see your logo, oh, that's such and such, that's such and such. That's the kind of logo that you want, is to think like McDonald's, is think like these corporations. I just want to put that out there. For everyone. And another key thing is always have an accountant and always have an attorney. Every single business on hand, okay? Everyone. And there's so many topics and stuff that I do want to cover, but we're going to save those for next. And I hope everyone took some notes, quick notes. We're going to talk about knowing how to read financial statements, etc. And if, writing checkbooks and budgeting, we're going to talk about a lot of things. I don't want to put everything out right now because I want you to tune back in. But I enjoy everyone, and that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Paranda. That was really great. That was really great. I mean, just folks, look at what you're getting. These people have got talent, they've got experience, and there's some key things there. These days, people want to get paid, but nobody wants to work. But you're going to be in business. There's 3 things that I picked up out of that. You've got to have the passion for it. You've got to, whatever you're doing, you got to have the passion for it. Next, you got to work hard. Nothing's going to happen overnight. Typically, an overnight sensation takes at least 10 years. So you've got to work hard, and you got to invest. You've got to invest in yourself. You got to invest in your business, and you've got to invest in your future. So that is really great. And like we say, coming forward, we're going to have each of these team members producing their own shows and providing with all the information and details that you need in order to be successful in your business. Now, our last speaker, last but not least, is Donna Reed. She's a motivational and keynote speaker. She's a business life coach and a growth strategist. And today her topic is going to be business development. Donna, if you're ready, take it away.
Yes, and thank you all so much. This has been really, really powerful and really, really just motivating. If you are still listening and you have heard all of these speakers, you have a full package of getting your business started, your business to grow, and the systems that you need in place. Because without your systems, you are just going to wonder what it is that you need to do next. But when you have your systems in place, you actually have your process, your procedures, your method in which you will succeed and accomplish what it is that you want to do. The speakers on this platform are amazing, and each one of them brings to the table what you need for your business. And so I'm just excited to even be a part of this. And so I want to share that now is the time, like never before, that we have to shift our strategy. So have your systems in place, have your technology, your e-commerce, as we've already heard. We've had to shift to online. It doesn't matter what you were doing prior. Now you have to shift to an online strategy. And then you have to shift your money. What does that mean? That M almost stood for marketing. But the reason why I put money there is because you have to shift the way you strategize your money going out and your money coming in. And that is by having your systems in place. So now is the time, whether you're starting up, starting over, or starting to grow your business, you want to make sure that you have your strategy in place. And so again, this is the time. What methods are you using? What procedure have you put in place? And then have you thought out what it is that you want to do? I work with a lot of people that are sitting on, or were sitting on until they came to me, their ideas, their thoughts, they're dreaming big and not sure how to take it to where they want to go. And so when we put in that strategy in place of how to take a hobby now into a business, I'll give you an example of that. When this first took place, I wanted to connect with my grandkids. If anybody knows me, I have 19 of them, and we are really close. And so I was like, okay, everyone's in their prospective homes. So I sent out a Zoom link to each one of the households and played scavenger hunt with my grandkids. You want to talk about some fun? But soon as I got off of that from playing with them, I thought, wait a minute, how many adults would love to do this? How many adults would love, if they're just sitting around or not having that date night or something to do, how many adults would love to do it? And quickly turned it into what we're calling Zoom to the rooms, scavenger hunts. So if you have a group or even just a family or some that would like to play, I'm the person to contact. Just taking something as simple as that. I have a coaching program that I took from a program into a now online system where you call in, and then to an ebook. It's called Moving the Decimal to Increase Your Health, Wealth, and Success. If you sit down with most people and just have them write down the number 1, and then ask them to add zeros, 0, 0, 0, 0. They can take that number from 1 to 1,000,000, but it's not until you put the decimal in place that it becomes $1. And when you move that decimal from next to that 1 to the right, to the right, to the right, you increase your success. You increase your wealth. And so the program decimal, Moving the Decimal, stands for dedication, education, communication, innovation, motivation, affirmations, and legalization. When you have all of those things in place, you have just spelled out decimal. And so I took the program from what I did prior, which was one-on-one coaching, to still doing the one-on-one coaching, but took it to an ebook so that instantly could do the commerce piece, as we heard young Jacob talking about. This is the time to move your strategy to where it is. You will succeed, you will prosper, and you will continue to grow financially. We talk about different streams of income. So there are so many things that we are doing at home. There were so many things we used to do, hobbies, just things we sat around and just thought it was something for ourselves. Well, no, now we can get online. I was online last night with a group of ladies that many of them I coach, and we had a tea party. And all we did was got our cup of tea and we sat and we talked. But these are people that I had not ever reached in one group before. We're able to reach people even outside of our normal network. This is the greatest time ever to take where you were and become what you want to be. And so I say, with the systems that have been put in place with this small business platform, and with the systems that you can put in place to create whatever it is you desire to do and flourish as much as you would like to, now is the time. Start now. And so as a coach, I encourage you, reach out. We all need a coach. Let me say that. What you can't do, someone else can. A coach is your cheerleader. A coach is your accountability partner. A coach is that one will finish that book, help you finish that book that you are either sitting on or kept saying you wanted to do. And many of us have used the words, if I only had the time. Can I say that during this time, you have the time? And so now is the time to make it happen. Turn your knowledge, turn your programs, turn what it is into the book, the coaching program, the business that you always wanted to start or you didn't know someone was waiting for you to start. So again, I'm encouraging everyone, use the opportunities that have been delivered to you today. If you're not sure how to put it together, contact a strategist. That's what I do. And it is time for you to coach and grow. Use the systems that have been offered to you today, the people that have shared with you what it is they do. All these systems are necessary in order for you to prosper. So I look forward to hearing from you, look forward to being in a partnership with you as you grow to where it is that you're going. I want to thank each and every person that has been on here and has given and poured out their businesses, because again, we're all online for a reason, because now is the time to shift your strategy. So let's make it happen.
Woo, boy, if you didn't get motivated off of that, I swear I am so excited. I am motivated. I'm just excited to be part of this team. You know, Donna said that one of the things that biggest dream killer is what if. Everybody's sitting about talking about what if. Now is the time to move. I mean, I don't know if you caught it, but these people, these business owners, these team members, they are so talented. And I don't know if you caught it, but they have 6 and even 7-figure businesses. So if you want to get information from somebody, you want to get information and you want to get knowledge and experience from somebody who's done it, who's actually been there, who can actually guide you through the process. They've got the creativity, the knowledge, and the experience to help you be successful and grow your business. And that's what we are all about: small business success, small business solutions. So again, we're gonna wrap it up.